Stand Up the Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 4 of Stand Up the Podcast. This time, it's not episode 5.
It's personal.
No, fucking, I had something good.
I'm an asshole.
So anyway, Jay here.
With the
You fucking introduce yourself! Fucking start over again!
Never.
Fuck you. Jay's here, Andrew's here, Justin's here. We'll talk about Vanguard.
Hey guys.
Fucking...
It's January 25th of 2015. Happy New Year.
Bro, now when I upload it in a week, I'm looking like shit back.
Well, last episode was this year.
Was it?
Yes!
Oh, okay, cool.
Are you fucking... Do you even lift, bro?
Because we came back from winter fucking break.
Crossing the line, dude!
No,
Winter
stop.
break!
No.
Dude, that'd be a good name for an episode.
We just did that. This episode is episode 4. This time, it's not episode 3. Until you
I thought it
fucking
was episode
ruined
5.
it.
You said this
It's
time.
episode 4.
You said this time it's
Not
not episode 5.
It's both. Episode 4. This time it's not episode 3 or
The
5.
Phantom Pain.
So anyway, the new set came out.
BT-17.
Yay.
The Blazing Perdition.
So we're going to talk about that a lot. And then...
I hope so.
What else is exciting in Vanguard news?
Same with that deep police unit.
Some cool Japanese stuff. They had some talks about banning shit and certain stuff.
We'll talk about that soon.
And sexy-ass new units, so we'll talk about that. Buddy Fight, new set is coming up.
Woo-hoo!
Dragon Knights are my favorite thing in Buddy Fight. They get more support. Darkness Dragon World gets shit that actually makes it worth playing. And we get the first taste of Goodbye Money World, a.k.a. Hero World.
Yep, Goodbye Money World. The most expensive world in the Buddy of Fight 2.
What the fuck am I holding?
That makes the Dragon Zord speed, bro.
Yeah, it takes the tail. You put the tail on top. I'll include a picture.
Jay,
Can I wield the spear?
No.
Jay, put it on your head and put a picture
I
here.
got it.
But blur out your eyes. Just
No,
your eyes.
Don't make it, just make it creepy.
Okay, so we're going to start Blazing Perdition. First of all, Kai, still looking good guy.
No, he doesn't look like shit.
Huh? What?
Well,
This is the only set I've ever seen you be like, oh, the packs look nice. Like, you haven't said that, or did you? Did I miss that?
I said it to Andrew and I was like, Jay will give me shit if I say it to him.
Yeah, I was like, you fucking idiot.
I don't know. Justin gets one of every box or dozens of every box. It's just like,
I really like the art. It's pretty.
I like how they look.
Look how these packs look.
I like how you already did.
Like they cost money.
Must be nice to have space.
Aww, I do.
Whoa, the world has space all around it.
Fuck, not in my room.
Damn!
I'm in outer space.
Got so many bookshelves in my room and they're full and they're falling off and it's just like shit.
Dude, fire.
Yeah. But then
What is this, the self-loathing collector cast?
Speaking of fire, Kindle Fire, not at a great affordable price. We're not sponsored by
them.
Amazon.
No, I wish
But
we
if
were.
they want to,
Mostly Audible. If Audible wants to sponsor us.
fuck Audible. They sponsor everybody.
That's why it's good.
Waste time on a fucking go to fuck the
I'm
sleep
pretty
ebook.
sure we're sponsored by Kickstart at this point.
We drink a lot of the Mountain Dew Kickstarter. If you,
Chocolate donut straw.
I believe this is the first time we've had chocolate donuts. Usually it's the raspberry filled
You're welcome,
donuts.
fuck.
Krispy Kreme.
We
What
like
the
raspberry.
fuck?
Ain't no one got Krispy Kreme.
Not tonight.
Justin always gets Krispy Kreme.
I apologize.
You
There's no
fuck.
Krispy Kreme.
So anyway, talk about Vanguard. So,
Dude,
what?
It feels like 17 came out so long ago. Maybe my days are fucked up. It just came out yesterday.
It just came out yesterday, literally 2 days ago.
because I'm already over it. I built Blaster Joker and I'm done.
I don't
You
know.
love it.
Well, we
It's
ripped
great.
apart a case. I'm just like, and I think I went Pack Fever Overload. And I'm just like, man, I opened like,
He couldn't see. He got tunnel vision.
dude, I started opening like 2 packs at once. I'm just like, poor Jeffrey. I'm just throwing cards at him, and he's like, I gotta keep them all organized. I'm like, I'm going, man.
So I guess we should start with 17, the decks we personally didn't build.
Didn't build?
Didn't build. So, Musketeers.
Oh yeah, Musketeers is the only one.
They're a
Really.
thing now. We've played against it because a lot of people in the chat built it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Musketeers, Dan?
Musketeers is just like, I don't know, it's the hipster baby. Like, literally everyone and their mother was always, you know, the, like, oh, you'll see when Musketeers come around, we're getting them, and literally, they amount to shit, because literally next set, we get, well, not next set, but we get the trial deck, but it's just like, hey, guess what, guys? Neonectar's gonna be a main clan now, and here's a bunch of better shit.
Here's Musketeers.
So it's just
being
like, by the
irrelevant.
time Musketeers come out, it's just a big middle finger, because it's like, if you get this, have fun for like a month, because it's going to be over.
But
Fast.
even if that wasn't the case,
Fast.
even if that wasn't the case, their big gimmick is like hand advantage, and they're, you know what, that was, I feel like that was kind of an older.
Sorry, I had to cough.
That was kind of an older.
Look at that spike.
That's crazy. It was kind of an old, like,
It's like my boner.
I don't think hand advantage is as big of a deal in Legion when so many decks are swing with giant rows. It's still
But it
kind of
does.
annoying. It's still kind of annoying to deal with, and it's not like, I don't think it's a totally irrelevant deck. But out of the stuff in this set, like
Granblue does it better.
Granblue
Just
does it
saying.
better.
Oh my god.
Tachikaze is a different thing. And I'd say those
Tachikaze
decks.
just suck.
Those decks. Are,
I'm sorry.
ah,
I love it. I played the deck, but it's just like I could not keep advantage to save my life.
We'll get there. Let's finish up with Neonectars. Try to keep
Oh, they're
this on
shit.
track.
I'm just saying.
Well, I like to say my piece.
Go say your piece.
They're a good budget deck. If you like Neonectars, if you want to get a taste of them before the new support comes out, or just get like the perfect cards and stuff, it's a great cheap clan to pick up.
You want to talk about cheap? It's the Metalborgs. Fucking build that deck for like
Yeah.
$80.
So if you want to just list like decks price wise really quick, Kagero is the most expensive by
By far.
I freaking out. Perdition, like Dragonute, Vortex Dragonute, and Doge. Dragonic Overload the buff. That's an expensive deck. Followed by Blaster Joker, Zodiac. Those cards are pretty up there. And then like right behind that, I would say is
Razors.
Yeah,
Right
Mega Flare's like 20.
Mega Flare's 20.
Sin Buster's like 12.
And then right after that, you get into like the low tiers, and it's like there's one double R Tachikaze, and the Quintet Wall, but I'm not going to
Oh
count
god,
those.
no, you need those.
There's two double R Granblues though, right? Like, isn't the Legion and the Mate both double R?
No, it's the Quintet Wall and the Legion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought
that's it.
I
And
thought
then the
Vampire-
other Legion's rare, and everything else
Oh.
is rare. The problem is you need Gust Gins and Nightshades for that, so that makes that deck expensive.
Yeah, so it's
Right.
not like a budget deck. It is kind of like a more of a. I like to say mech because I think it's a really cool deck. It's just not like a main deck.
Why don't you play me, bitch, and we'll see.
Whoa.
But versus Musketeers, we pick up Antonios, which are a whopping $3.
Yeah, even
They've
though
just gone down since their release.
I held them on for so long because I was like, I just pulled these and
You think like every other Perfect Guard, it'd go up, and it literally just plummeted.
People were like, I'll make that deck. I'm like, cool, I'll sell these to somebody, and it's just like, nope, they're not.
Dude,
worth
like the original
my
Perfect
cock.
Guard. The original
maybe
Perfect
the-
Guard is like worth more. Because it's older. That's literally, it's harder to get, so it's considered more.
Do they not need Musketeers?
Who the fuck?
I think for the purpose of calling,
They need to
Yeah.
be calling Musketeers, but they wouldn't.
It's
do
the
that
same thing. Like, nothing really counterblasts what it needs anymore. It's more like, I need a call unit or something.
Yeah, or like Persona blasting is a lot of.
If you have to ride it, that's basically what it comes down to. If I have to ride this fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Neonectar's good. We built everything else though, didn't we?
Yeah.
Please.
I guess we'll start from the bottom and go to the top.
Which unfortunately is like Granblue.
Tachikaze.
I haven't built that.
I would say Granblue under Tachikaze because the whole Gust Gins are impossible to get. Ruin Shades.
not like a quality thing, more like less people you're
Like
playing.
if I want to build this, unless you're that guy, Joe Plessinger, who's been waiting to build Granblue since forever.
Wait, are
This
we,
is
are
your
we
time.
ranking this about how good they are or who wants to build them?
How easy it is to build.
Oh, easy? Fuck yeah. Yeah, Granblue's hard as shit.
I would say Granblue's the hardest, regardless of the rest.
It's just
Right,
it's a bunch of BT2 shit. It's just like
Nobody has it.
And nobody has it. It's just so far back in the market. It's like
Here's how bad it got. I walked into a
It's not even in the
Walmart. I got like one of their random 3-packs that had 2 BT1 and 1 BT2, and I didn't pull anything out of it, but I pulled a Gust Gin. And I was just like over the moon. I went online to buy more. I just didn't. They just weren't.
They weren't there.
They're just like nobody has them, and if they have them, they're not willing to part with them because it's just kind of an obscure card. But how's that deck play?
plays. I don't know. It's a weird kind of deck because you're not. People look at the cards and they're like, meh. I'm like, yeah. The thing is, it's just overall makes the deck more consistent as a whole. And the Legion thing, the Legion mechanic in general, super helps Granblue. The fact that a deck that just keeps milling and all you're doing is putting your triggers back. That's all you're doing. You're literally loading up your deck, so the last 10 cards, 8 of them are going to be triggers. And essentially just how you play is you just keep riding the different grade 3s every turn. And it's just, you just have access to everything in your grave so much. The grade 2 mate that can call itself when you Legion is just super good. And they just all do super well. You run I run the Banshees personally. I've seen a lot of people don't. I still love her. She does what she does. And Cutlass as well. Just run both of them. You always just have a huge hand. Just always.
And a good enough drop zone to like have a pool of resources.
Oh yeah, constantly.
Especially with Cutlass is good for that.
I would say, like, deck-wise, like, Granblue is the most, like, mechanic, like, structured, like, based around how to play Vanguard kind of deck. Like, it's I like GOAT format, I guess, is the best thing. Like, it mechanically, like, just the fundamentals of playing Vanguard, like, getting triggers and making stuff.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
I mean, it's just got so much fun stuff. It's just like, I'll attack with a column. You attack with my Legion. He's the one that you counterblast one, retire one, call one. And you just retire the attacker from the previous row call out like Ruin Shade, and that swings 11, and then already there you've gotten another attack in for like nothing.
Yeah.
Which Ruin Shade is best girl, Granblue, confirmed.
It is a girl.
Ruin Shade is-
I found this out, and then I had to find all the fan fiction.
and I caressed her dead hair.
Granblue for some reason has the most like fan drawn shit.
It has a really
anything.
well because it has really diehard fans. Because I think
Super. Like I see so many Kid Night Mist or whatever, and the Banshee Trigger. Like there's so much like just pictures of them little cutesy kid couple stuff. Just so much.
I can get off on all of it. I mean, what?
I don't think about some of it, Jay.
Well,
There's just so many of them.
Uncultured
Why are they
swine.
all at a beach? They're always at like a beach.
They're pirates, bro.
I know they're pirates, but it's just like every time it's just like, hey, look, they're throwing a beach ball and it hit Kid Night Mist and he's upset. It's like, where are these stories coming from?
Jay, be real. When was the last time you saw zombie pirates on the beach? Never. Part refuted.
And it's always like fucking like Kid Frank.
Scooby-Doo, the zombie movie with that great musical number.
One time.
It's always Kid
said
Frank
none.
and Big Frank, and they're building sandcastles together. And I'm not kidding. This is actually all in one picture. It's not a fucking...
You look at your phone and your fucking background.
I want to play that of that, actually.
Maybe I saved a few of these pictures. I'm like, this is cool.
Sure,
I'm
I'll do
Granblue.
So Granblue, cool if you got it. If you got it and you're not loving it, definitely something you can flip pretty easy.
Oh, very, very.
So
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, and then I'd say, I'm like you said, like I'd say Tachikaze is next because the cards are kind of everywhere. They have two triple R's, the Quintet Wall and the Tyranno.
Double R's.
Double I would say.
Sorry, that's what I meant. I'm sorry, it's called Tyranno.
It can become SP.
Ancient Dragon Tyranno, quick. Honestly, like I got them out of the case. They just have really cool art. Like I don't expect
super cool. The Legion, oh my god.
some of my favorite art.
He's like, I forget his flavor text is something like, do we have one on us?
It's simply boundless, pure violence, and that's why it is terrifying.
And then the mate says, and make it double. Like,
Is it really?
Yes.
And then it is doubled.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's awesome!
Versus the other one says, the ancient dragons will surpass even the principle of survival of the fittest. And that's mate says, the ancient dragons rise above history. Not as cool.
Yeah, it's just the other one like says this, and it's like Team Rocket style, and make it double.
Team Rocket blasting have a game.
So Tachikaze is good. It is the epitome, like you were saying, of a final turn deck. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to bide your time and then push for game.
I mean, basically, the most you can hope for is to have a lot of counterblast at that time, and just constantly call the Grade 2, who, when he's sent to drop, you can counterblast, bring him back. And the Legion says if something on the Vanguard is sent to drop, he gains plus 5,000 in a crit. And the Legion itself can send any card and gain 5,000. So essentially you just send the Grade 2, gain 5,000 in a crit because it's that. Have some 7k booster or something behind it, swing 37 in a crit.
I'm not going to go out and say that it's as good as Spike Brothers, but it's that kind
Oh,
of deck
definitely not,
for
definitely
this
not.
set.
The thing is,
Yeah.
if you set up the Spike Brother final turn, it's just like, holy shit, I'm not surviving. Tachikaze just like, please don't have a perfect card.
Please,
That's
guys.
literally the Tachikaze mindset. Do not have a perfect
It's
card.
like old school. I used to play Raptor Colonel. I was like, come on, don't have a perfect card. Dark Rex, don't have another perfect card.
And it's like, it's not even a more impressive final turn. It's just like, okay, I'm going to swing with this column. Okay, now my Vanguard's going to get rid of that Grade 2, and I'm going to bring it back by counterblasting one. Then my third column's going to swing. It has an ability, send one, gain 5,000. So I'm going to send the booster for that one that I can counterblast and bring back, and essentially I just have another row to attack with.
Sounds like a fun, like, tier 3 kind of deck.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's like you'll feel good about yourself because it's dinosaurs, and they're big, and they're cool looking, their art's amazing on them. Still pissed we don't have a few cards that they really... The problem is they don't really have a good engine going. They really have no way to discard. You have the Quintet Wall, but your counterblasts are like so super important.
In that deck, yeah.
We don't have the promo Tachikaze, that's the Soul Blast 2 draw one, which would highly help.
I kind of wish I wish it had come in this promo pack instead of the Royal Paladin one.
I know, but,
Paladin
oh my god, but this promo pack is just so good.
Yeah, but
so many
but like
cards are good.
the Royal Paladin is totally useless because it's not a Seeker and you need the Soul for Thing Saver. Like who is it for?
It's for those random other decks.
It's for the Alfred Legion deck.
That's just like a hodgepodge of
Whatever.
I had people come up to me, they're like, how do I build that deck? And I'm like,
I don't know.
don't. It does not work well.
I put it together. I was like, who the fuck?
Remember we pulled up that deck list and half those cards weren't even in English, and it's just like...
It was like, what start are you running? He goes, I don't know. He looks up a deck and goes, Libergal. What's Libergal? It's that fucking promo.
It's the fucking promo that we never got that's the Grade 3 surgeon. Like, seriously, if you just don't run, like, something that's, like, Sanctuary of Light, where it's all built about itself, it's just like, man, if you try and be original with Royal Paladins, you'll just get fucked, because there's no support for it.
Because Royal Paladin's not really designed for that, I guess.
It's really designed for it. So, I mean, there's it kind of was set 1 and 2, when it was, like, Soul Saver Dragon and Alfred, and it's kind of like, cool, I can do this thing, and now it's like, man, if you tried to do that, you're just going to get raped. It's just like...
Hashtag...
You're going to have a bad time.
Hashtag wrecked.
So Tachikaze, baby's first clan. They're cheap and fun to build. I've seen people have moderate success with like online tournaments and stuff with them. If you're into them, you're probably the only one looking for them, so scoop them up.
Yeah, it's not bad. Then next up, Metalborgs.
Metalborgs.
So
okay, first of all, people, I'm just going to throw this. Do not run Kaiser with it.
No.
Do not. I know you see those builds. Please stop. Please. I'm going to give this a shot. I'm not going to... It is so bad. It is so fucking bad.
And let me just... When he says it's bad, it can win games. But part of the reason Dayusha is so stressful to run is because there's a lot of luck, there's a lot of bluff, and it comes down to, can I quad crit this bitch? Or this opponent.
And if you can't, you're kind of...
Or you're like, oh man, I've never lost a game so stupendously. Because I banished 2 of their perfect guards, and they were at 5, then I lost the next turn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the issue with it is just like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same as like a great Kaiser deck, where I'm constantly, at least at like 13, I'm swinging like triple drive check. Like, my Vanguard is just super boosted. I don't care about like my back row. It's just like, I don't know what it is, but I like just was getting raped when I was running with the Kaiser, because it's just like, well, I need to get to 4 damage. So it's like, but I also need to kind of block, so I'm not like defenseless. But then it's just like, wow, after a while, it's just like, I have like 4 cards in my hand, and like 2 of them are grade 3s, and like, I got nothing on the field, and it's just like, how the fuck did this happen? This doesn't happen with the other decks.
And honestly, like, what's the double R, which I feel like should be the triple R. That if
so good. So
if he's above 30, what's his actual name? So look like a
Dryon.
Yeah,
they changed it from the Japanese.
Yeah, so if his power is above 30,000, he gets double crit. And now initially you're thinking, oh, this is like Dayushu, who has to get to a certain power before he attacks. No.
Some of us thought that.
You 10K, I did. You 10K boost the motherfucker when he's in Legion, double crit. And he can just do that every turn for being there.
I don't know if you knew, but his second ability is also, if there's something else in the column with him, he gains 3,000.
So it's
super
So
good.
that's what I really liked about him, because even if you have a 7K booster, he'll get his effect off. But what really helps when you have the 10K booster,
right?
And he's swinging 33 every turn. And it's like, if you have him in perfect guard, you bet I'm hitting like those perfect numbers where you need.
I would almost run stand in that deck just because like you don't need the crit triggers because you're always swinging double crit.
The stand is an operator girl though.
Yeah, we like operator girls.
I don't know. It was just weird because it's like, if I did get the turn off where I rode like Sin Buster on top of like a Kaiser, they were at 2 damage, and it's like, okay, cool. I'm swinging 2 crits. And I'm not going to kill him. And this
there's a death crit.
Yeah, it's just like, haha, I'm like 40,000, you can only attack that. It's just like, oh, yeah. Apparently what you're supposed to do is also have Commander Laurel for your final turn, so then you're swinging, like, then you're like, haha, 2 crit, you can't guard with once, haha, 2 crit. But I'm just like, that's just, it's just not fun. It's just like, wow, if I don't get perfectly where I ride this on top of this and have Commander Laurel, I lose.
Exactly, so it's super fucking stressful. And Sin Buster has the Maelstrom effect, but he himself gets no additional crits for being there. So you almost have to hope your opponent's like, oh, fuck it, I'll just let this hit. Laurel, this is what he does. And then the next game they're going to be, oh, fuck Commander Laurel, and then you never get it off again.
That's what I also hate, because if you don't break ride and you have Commander Laurel, he's pretty much useless. Because originally you have to, when you boost, you're swinging like 30,000. But then if you Commander Laurel, they're swinging again 20,000. He doesn't get any Maelstrom back, nothing. Yeah. So it's just like Commander Laurel doesn't fit well with that deck. And it's literally, you're just fitting him in there to shove Kaiser in there, and then you're just going to have a bad time.
Just play Dayusha or Great Kaiser, even better.
Yeah.
And before we get too far away from it, as far as the ruling where it's like, boosting, putting him to 30 gives him the effect. If you want to tell us we're wrong, please get fucked, because we're not wrong. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it again.
Proactively.
I don't want to hear again how we're wrong about something.
Well,
because we're not.
Because if you read Dayusha, it says at the start of battle
phase.
If his thing is that, or the start of his attack,
if
it's that.
Yeah.
So that's pre-boosting. The Metalborg state when their attack becomes this.
Right, well, when this unit is Legion and its attack becomes 30,000, which includes the timing for a boost, double crit.
It's almost like
And
it'd
it
be
makes
obvious.
sense for what the deck does, because if it was like Dayusha, Dayusha has a whole core, an engine, to make him do that.
Yeah.
This doesn't have that. It's just
That's another
boosting.
thing. The Metalborgs differ because you're supposed to play it like a grindy deck.
Right, and it does that very well.
The Daikaiser is supposed to be the one turn, I'm going to put it all in my Vanguard type
Final
deck.
turn!
Yeah, five triggers, eat a dick.
Yeah.
This is like every single... It's like you use Dryon just to be like double crit. Double crit. Come on, you got to hit eventually. And then you hope to get that extra crit in there and swing 3 crits in. And then you're like, Sin Buster, okay, you're guarding with zeros. Your perfect guards are not going to help. And then your just other columns are just perfect numbers, and you're just swinging. That's what I also love. All the little guys that you play are always like, oh, play this Counterblast 1, give both your Vanguards +4, and it's just like, Jesus, they're becoming big.
It's a really cool deck, and when you get that extra stuff in the shot, I'll
Before we close the book on Metalborgs, starter, grade 3 Searcher, or their Metalborg, who's like a watered-down good
Okay,
shit?
I've seen people run him. Please stop running the Metalborg one.
Black Boy?
Black Boy.
Cute as shit.
He's cute as shit. I would love to run him. He's even got like a little crest that looks like Grin Lagann. I'm just like, please.
Ah, he's beautiful.
The only issue, I love Goyusha. Most people don't. I mean, I love Goyusha just because I love him in the original Great Dayusha.
Yeah,
like deck, it's just like, I'm gonna call Daikaiser, or, it's just that grade 2, since we don't have Kaiser Greater.
Ooh,
you fucker.
Call him out. The one Bushi employee who's listening, we're calling you out.
Please. I'll suck some
They're not
dick.
listening.
I don't care. Anyway.
Taking it to a level.
Yeah, it's like, I like him for that, but Black Boy. It's like, you have to counterblast 2, and the thing about Goyusha was anytime. It's just like, have 2 or greater, right? It says it has to be a grade 2, and you have to call that one's Legion from the deck.
Yeah.
So, the issue is then, once you hit grade 3, Black Boy's useless. You can't use him. And the issue also is, you require 2 counterblasts. Which, if you think about it, it's like, okay, I go first, then you go. It's like, okay, swing 1 damage, then I go, and then I'm at grade 2. And it's like, what?
It's rough.
It's like, unless they've actually gotten that lucky crit in, and you didn't heal it somehow. Because that always seems to happen when I'm like, swing crit. It's like, haha, that, and then heal. Oh, okay. It's like, cool.
And to clarify, it does not make a valid strategy of not riding to grade 3 so they don't Legion just for this effect.
Yeah. I mean, the cool thing about it is you instant Legion. You don't need to send 4 back. You just auto Legion.
But sending 4 back's part
Good.
of why it's good.
I know, but it's like, that's also, like, they also have trouble getting, they don't have an engine really to get stuff in their grave. It's just like, I need to guard with this. I need to quintet wall this. That's one thing about the Tachikaze that was just like, wow, I have nothing unless I'm just flat out guarding. It's like I could, in theory, just use those other guys as just like sack 1, but it's like, I want to hold on to this guy because he's in Counterblast 1, come back. I need that.
So, Metalborgs, grade 3 Searcher, and then moving on to Razers.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Grade 3 Searcher, best one, either that or Die Magnum, because he can push him up, get him big boost. Super good deck. It's like $80 for it. Sin Buster's 12. Dryon's like 3.
I think that's the deck. Like, who the fuck? Oh, that's what Metalborgs do, and then you win a tournament.
It's like $60 for that. Costs you another 10 for all that. Fuck, the perfect guards aren't. You can run Diamond Ace. It's like it's like $90 for the deck. I mean,
6 cents.
solid deck.
$6. That's at 6 cents. Whatever. So, Razers.
So I just put Razers together like as we were talking, and I haven't really got a chance to play test much with Razers. That being said, what I want for this deck is to be the real underdog deck. Fuck that noise. With 4 Cat Butlers, this deck is so effing broken.
But
This
Justin
deck is
Cat Butler's at 2.
So
how can we run 4 when it's at 2?
So here's the thing. So in English, we still have Cat Butler at 4, and we also still have those jackoffs who think clan mixing is like a thing that we should do. And I personally don't agree with that. So in my mind, just to be like, not to become like a weird prick or anything like that, it's like, I don't like clan mixing, because I think, Japan, they got rid of that because it was broken. So I'm just going to be like, okay, you know what? 2 Cat Butlers. Cat Butler, even at 2, it's not as consistent. He still makes the deck pretty freaking disgusting. And if you don't know what Cat Butler does and how that whole engine works, He can restand your grade 2 Vanguard. I'm just talking to myself. He can restand. This is the Justin Razor cast.
I actually had to take a leak. I figured I'd just let you roll.
Cat Butler's thing is that...
Well, see, I was just like, Cat Butler, you can only run 2 Justin Faggot when you got food.
He can restand your grade 2 Vanguard, which means... in the rules, he can restand your Legioned Vanguard with a 3 and a 2.
Can I just say that everybody's going to listen to this podcast knows that?
I know, I was just clarifying for my explanation.
I love you, I'm sorry.
Yes, I love you too.
I just remember that one time that one guy was just like, hey, Cat Butler can stand your Legion. I'm like, yeah, we talked about this literally 4 months ago.
Everybody knows. But like, in this deck, it's just like, it's got 2 really solid Legions, and you can run a perfect Razor, and it's got old and new support that I think work really well in tandem, like Jet Razor. Jet Razor is an incredibly good card, and it was a promo at one point, so if you don't have them, nobody's going to blame you, but like...
I do.
You blame them?
I blame them.
That's fair. You are blamed now.
Fuck, they should have known to get those.
And then, not only that, like, they have all Razor triggers now, but... they got Subliminal Gray, who is a stand trigger whose ability is Act... Soul Blast 1, put it at the bottom of your deck, draw a card, and shuffle your deck. Like, that's the best trigger effect, if I'm not mistaken. Like, that and the Kagero Draw to Retire Grade 0, those are the best triggers. If you're going to clan mix, that's how you clan mix.
Wait, what does the trigger do?
Have you never seen this trigger? Sublime Grade, it's an alien, it's not a Razor, but
Soul
Blast 1, put it to the bottom of your deck, draw a card, shuffle your deck.
That was like Battery Charge on crack.
On crap, and you get one of the drop. Like, I can see why Battery Charger would make sense in your head because it's Soul Blast 2 and draw like everything else. But the fact that this is a trigger, a stand trigger, that you can just like, you can keep fucking with Razor stand shit, it's just so good. It's next level.
Well, there's this Granblue stand trigger that's 3,000, and when you ride a Grade 3 Vanguard, you call it behind it.
It's so bad.
That's so
I got so pissed because I was building that deck, and I thought I would just call it anywhere. And I had these crazy ideas, like I'm going to call it as an attacker, swing with it, make an 11 column, and then use the one guy that you counterblast one, send it, and call back. And then when my Legion attacks, if I check a stand, I can stand the booster for that thing. Dude, I had all these combos going, then I read, call it behind the Vanguard. I'm like, oh, this is fucking useless.
It's
now.
like, if you're really short on cards, it's free
like,
at no cost.
Did you see that next level shit? I'm like, oh yeah, swing 8,000 booster swing, and then it's like, oh.
But no, it doesn't work like that. But I think, again, I haven't playtested it any yet, but like, Razor is a really, really solid deck.
Definitely.
With 4 Cat Butler, it ruled Japan, and with 2 Cat Butler, it dropped off for other legions, but it never really went away. And it is still just like in English. I hope it does work. That being said, most people do not tech in a perfect Razor.
Can I tech in Thing Saver?
No. Most people do not tech in a perfect Razor. Most people run 4 Mega Flare, 3 drills. Or like, that's really silly, because drills effect is the one like restands a lot. It's a little bit better.
Great login.
It's very good login.
Oh my god, I love it.
But then you just like Legion one turn, Legion next turn, Legion next turn, and then perfect Razor's at like 60. It's too much power to ignore.
I agree. I like building a Legion deck where you can have 4 of the Mouse Legion, 3 of the backup, and then 1 like grade 3 to push the broom and just be like, and we're done.
And if you don't like Minerva, or if you don't have perfect Razor, Mr. Invincible, Mega Blast.
Stop it. That's so bad.
Guys, you can restand all your rear guys.
Dude, I did that in my original Perfect Razor deck.
And it was the shit.
I didn't fucking miss it. 10K Vanguard for next level. Bringing it back. So, your last thoughts on Razors. Starter. Do you use a new Razor starter?
So, I'm on the fence right now. I want to try Energy Razor because I thought he only stood 1, but it's when he boosts and your Vanguard's in Legion, you can stand a full row. And for only 1 counterblast, I feel like that's really, really good.
That's not bad at all.
But they already have Battle Razor.
Who comes SP?
Which I have 2.
He's best girl.
And he's best girl, and he's a stand trigger. He's a stand trigger who you shuffle back into the deck. And
shit, Sherlock. We've known that since the first set.
You can choke that right now, motherfucker. It's gonna be so on.
I'm gonna die.
I'm not forgiving you for that Kaiser bullshit. But anyways, since he shuffles back into the deck, I feel like you could cut down just that 1 card. Maybe make your 2 Cat Butlers kind of like fit in there better if you have just your 16 triggers and not a 17th for the starter. But that, again, requires further playtesting. I could see it going either way at this point. Because Battle Razor is just... He's
Nisekoi. I agree.
Super kawaii.
Nisekoi?
Nisekoi.
Also came out.
Also came out in the Wax Shorts. If you like that,
shit.
if you like that, skip to the part of the podcast that doesn't exist.
Wah, wah.
Because I haven't done shit with it yet.
There's just nothing to say about it. Like, they don't do anything. Like,
It's really good, but they don't do anything crazy.
no, I'm just saying, like, card-wise, it's just like, fuck, we could talk about Buddy Fight, because, like, here's all this shit, and it's just like, hey, do you like this set? No. Then you don't care a shit what I say. It's just like, at least with Buddy Fight, it's like, here are 6 clans. You probably like one of them.
Probably.
And the other one's just like, do you not like... The next set for Wave Shorts is like Project Diva 2. I'm like literally give no shit, so therefore I don't care until like April when Sword Art comes out. And then after that it's Love Line. It's like, don't give a shit. So half my year I already don't give a shit about Waves. And then once I get it, it's like, where are these tournaments supposed to play? Bushiroad? Don't got any? ARG not doing them? I guess I'm just gonna look at these cards.
We can play together.
Follow your dreams, son.
Alright, so next deck is Link Joker.
I guess
Joker.
All 20,000 fucking cards that came out for Link Joker.
4 triple Rs.
Yeah, it's
There's so
ridiculous.
many.
Half of them are worth nothing. Half of them are worth quite a bit.
All of them are pretty good though.
I think they're
I
all
agree.
really good. I want, in the perfect world, I would run all 5.
I feel like there's 3 decks you can make out of this, and
Go through them.
everybody is all about the Blaster Joker, and I'll get to that. That's the Blaster Joker! Because that's the deck everybody wants to build. That's the deck I build. But Starvader Imaginary Plane Dragon, I had to grab the card because I forget his fucking name. He counterblasts 2, locks 3. Pretty good. And then Venom Dancer.
Yes.
Counterblast 1, attacks Vanguard, the suit is in Legion, you pay the cost, stand up each of your opponent's rock guard, stand up rear guard.
Yeah.
And there's
Super
a lot
good.
you can do with just like fill that deck with vanillas and create crazy rows.
Yeah.
Especially like Plain Dragon, lock a bunch of shit with those boosters that stack like the 7 who stacks for each
Yeah.
lock, and then Venom Dancer, stand everything. And it's a nutty little deck. Like if you want to build Link Joker but you don't want to shell out for Zodiac, Glendios, the trial
Shell
deck
out
stuff.
for Zodiac. Fuck, he's $10.
Is he only $10?
Zodiac's
He's
not much.
super cheap.
That's a
We
rough
keep
life.
going over this. You think he's expensive.
Well, he went up for a little bit.
Like, Venom Dancer's at like 4. Zodiac, well, when we got the like New Zealand fucking like prices, he was like 20 something, and then they was like Ideal at $8. It's like shit.
You're still bullshit. Fuck you.
Love you. You're all so cheap. Please keep selling Vanguard. You're the one that's still.
I mean,
does
there's
it.
also the new support. There's the grade 1 Vault line.
Oh, very good.
That's the one when he boosts and hits Omega Lock. So the cards that unlock.
So the 3 decks, Shay. Go back to that.
So, Plain Dragon, Venom Dancer, check. Then there's the other thing where you can either I would do Plain Dragon, Zodiac, and a dash of Glendios. And it might just even be Zodiac Glendios.
You could do Zodiac Glendios. It's not easy. It requires a lot more precision and a lot of, like, I have to cycle through my deck a ton.
But you're even waiting to fucking Exodia win condition.
Because that's like
your
a
chance.
draw deck. Like, you gotta get through that shit.
Well, the thing is you Zodiac, and you lock a row, and then you use the Robin Knight to lock another row, and then you just need to call a Photon.
or
draw
a Cold
Glendios.
Death Dragon.
Or Cold Death.
Because if you run that version of that deck, you're not running a lot of... You still have to run reverses to get Glendios' abilities off. But you don't need the reverse... But if you want to, like, if you can get it all Omega Lock properly, then you don't need the reverses to Omega Lock with Glendios. But you kind of still do in that build, don't you? Because the Zodiac...
I don't know, I haven't fucked with it.
The Zodiac Omega Lock, he's an Omega Lock.
Yeah, when you Legion's Counterblast 1, your opponent's cards do not unlock during the
Oh,
next end
then
step.
never mind. No, you could do 4 and 4 or 4 and 3.
Yeah.
Because then just like if you have them all locked, like you Cold Death for like a 5th spot,
And then Rad Glendios, GG!
it is literally GG.
And then the person across the table isn't your friend anymore.
you run self-damagers and all sorts of crazy nonsense.
So, like, there could be like, Glendios is cheap enough where there could be a brief Glendios revival or something trolly. I'm going to fuck it around the deck lab for a little bit and see if I can't make something stick, but I'm excited for
And
it.
what's the 3rd deck, Jay?
Third deck's Blaster Joker, the deck everybody's crazy about. There's a bajillion different kind of builds for it.
You can put whatever you want. With
I've
Blaster
seen,
Joker.
like, 2 Blaster Joker, 2 Garnet Star, 4 Zodiac, or any kind of mixture between that. I run just 4 Zodiac, 4 Blaster Joker. I'm boring and lame.
But it's fairly consistent, though.
It's fairly consistent. The Blaster Joker support's really good. The Marin, the rest for 10k.
It's like the best card.
You get the lock. Fucking Starvader Silence Dilaton, which is actually, I was Googling for full image art to make my phone background, and Dilaton's actually a fucking science term. In particle physics, the dilaton is a hypothetical particle that appears in theories with extra dimensions when the volume of the capacitated dimensions is allowed to vary.
Are you saying that...
Thanks, Mr. Owl!
Are you saying that time slows down in a vacuum?
No, it's
That's
speed.
one thing I
The
fucking hate.
speed of light varies in a vacuum, and we're not going to do this again.
Why the fucking physics is everything in a vacuum?
I can't go back to that Books a Million. And you know why. You know why.
I'm just saying high school physics, it's like, we're going to launch a bowling ball in the air. It's in a vacuum. Why the fuck is it a vacuum? If I throw something at your fucking face, is it in a vacuum? No. It's in your fucking
You guys aren't even
face.
arguing. You're still yelling at each
I
other.
know,
for
we
some
stated that.
reason.
So anyway, Hoover makes good vacuums. But,
Sponsorship by
Blaster Joker, I like it. I feel like the grade 2s out of this set are really fucking good. Photon's not out of this set, but you run into Legion with Blaster Joker. Starvader Astro Reaper's super good. Soul Blast, if he hits, look for someone
All
in
the
the Vanguard
mates. All the
circle.
mates are good.
All the
You don't have the other
Legions.
mates with you. I have them over here somewhere.
The other, well, one of them's like when it hits Omega Lock.
Yeah,
That's the one with the
Let
dragon.
me pull them out because
I forget Venom Dancers.
Venom Dancer's mate is called.
That's for the dragon.
The Flame Dragon is Osinium, and it's the Omega Locking one. But then the one for Venom Dancer is when this unit attack hits a Vanguard. If your Vanguard is in Legion, your opponent has a lock card. Lock another card.
That's not even bad.
Not even bad. Can't complain. Even if you wanted to, don't complain, kids. Complaining is
So
for
yeah,
nerds.
Astro Reaper good. He can help you get Persona Blast, and then Photon's good because he's Photon, and then Dilton's
But-
good because you search more
but
Blaster
Jay,
Joker to do stuff.
You forgot the fourth Link Joker deck, the secret one.
Which one?
With the Limit Break Enabler, you can finally make the Fighters Collection Starvader Halcyon a thing. What you do is, kids, 4 25-cent Starvader Halcyons, no Glendios. You need like 12 SP reverses. They have to be SP.
Scrub.
4 Limit Break Enablers, and then whatever the fuck else.
Some crits and shit.
That deck is literally, you have to you get the fucking Grade 3 Searcher, you ride Halcyon, put the Limit Break Enabler behind him, and then 4 reverses. It is the rushiest deck. 12 stands.
Dang.
It's the rushiest deck, and it's great.
As for starters with Link Joker, I'm toying with them. Right now I'm torn between Robin Knight and the Grade 3 Searcher.
But the Wingle one's really cool looking, but it's so hard to get off, because
Because he has to hit. If he on-hit, so this is Starvader Brave Fang, which is
Wingle.
Link Joker Wingle. If he boosts a Legion Vanguard and it hits into the Soul Omega Lock too.
I appreciate that he keeps like the Wingle effect. Like he's basically just Wingle Brave reverse.
Yeah, but
Wingle is
that's
Wingle.
Wingle is Wingle.
That's the,
But like that's what killed Thingsaver Abyss in English. Is
Yeah.
that nobody could get Wingle Brave to hit. In terms, there was like, oh, I've heard of this. Block.
so if you Zodiac and then Robin, you can lock 2 whole columns, Omega Lock 2 whole columns.
Which is really solid.
But the Grade 3 Searcher is great because both Grade 3s either soul charge or discard themselves. So
They
it's not a bad thing to have more than one.
they have a Persona reminiscent ability. That you
Yeah,
need
so
to-
right now I'm leaning towards the Grade 3 Searcher. It's kind of boring, but they're both one counterblast. Robin's kind of a Persona. If you're into that, no judgment, but a little judgment. But,
Only minor judgments.
but yeah, so that just leaves what? The fuck you if you want to build this deck and you don't have anything because it's $100 billion.
It is, if
Are we
you...
done with Link Joker?
Do you have something to say?
I was going to chime in real quick.
Go for it.
Because I think what a lot of people didn't see or didn't realize was Link Joker's Limit Break Enabler came in this. So also, what's really cool is just to build an old school Chaos Breaker deck with the Limit Break Enabler, because he's one of those that works really well with it, because it's always Link Joker's waiting till the very end until they can lock something, and so this like gets you off, like turn 3 I'm already locking your whole shit.
Yeah, it's a good... Like, the Limit Break Enabler is like... he's really cool looking. B, he's a common, which is great.
So I think really good would either be the Break Ride Chaos Breaker or Dark Zodiac Chaos Breaker.
Yeah.
Or Dark
And-
Zodiac Break Ride.
Okay.
From a break ride.
That promo breaker is disgustingly good. He's $18 million.
Because we got the Limit Break Enabler, and I think Link Jokers is probably one of the best clans next to D-Police, who's getting it, and then Die Kaiser's raping all your shit every 5 seconds.
Kids, hide your shit, because it's getting raped by Dark Kaiser.
But yeah,
2015.
that one's probably the best, because you always have to wait for the grade 3s to lock something before the 2s and the 1s can keep locking and start locking stuff, so...
Because the only one that can do that is Mobius Breath.
Yeah,
Too.
and they're not going to let that hit, so...
It's so rare.
Indeed.
So yeah, the money. Who's that wrestler? Money. I can't sing that; it's copyrighted. But Perdition.
We just got Saint off key in this.
Dollar bills, y'all. Dollar bills, y'all.
Yellow cars, yellow paint.
What fucking song is that?
That's $100 Bill by Jay-Z.
I hate Jay-Z.
Read it, Davey.
We just gotta sing like Chinese yen, y'all. Chinese yen. Oh.
That's fake money.
Ooh, calling you out, China.
Fuck
Trying
you.
to keep buying our debt, please.
Now say Dom these nuts, faggot.
Oh, anyways, so Perdition. They're Kagero. They have...
Get on your fuckboy train.
Sorry, if you look to your right, Kagero fans, there is a train.
You're just like bend over and loop me up, and I'll take Kai's sweet dick up my ass.
He's got a little crazy tonight, don't you
A little
think?
bit.
He's got
I'm just saying, Doge is just like, okay, I'm a Kai boy. Look at me, I can restand. Fuck.
And
whatever.
it's kind of a shame because if it had been separated like it was in Japan, the deck would be Dragonute and then the Laser Dragon. And Dragonute is a really, really good card. He's Drag Ruler mixed with...
But good.
With good.
Oh, super good. I like him better than Doge.
I think they work well in tandem, but he's better than
Like, anytime
Doge.
they ride Doge first, I'm just like, cool. Anytime they run that first, I'm like, shit, I'm getting burned.
Yeah.
And if you don't
Which
know
is highly important.
if you don't know what Dragonute does off the top of your head, basically, you have to...
Cheat.
You have to... It's counterblast to sack a copy of him or the mate from your hand. Retire 2 cards, grade 2 or less rear guards, and then deal a damage to your opponent. Basically, you can't kill them with that because it's
Yeah, you have to be
triggerable.
4 or less.
So you can push them to 5.
But that's the issue. It's just like when you're neck and neck with your opponent, you know, it's like you're at 2, I'm at 2. I'm gonna activate this effect now. You're at 3, and then I'm swinging.
Oh.
It's like you just lost your blockers. You just lost your boosters for next turn. You took an extra damage. Now we're at 2 to 3. And if this keeps up, if we both guard the same, you're going to get 6, and I'm still going to be at 5.
And not only that, it sets off this ridiculous chain of like all the good grade 1s have this effect of like if something gets retired in this row, do a thing.
Yeah.
There's a 7 who like gets 3k when something gets retired. There's a 6 or a 7 that Soul Blast 1 unflips, so you can do more next turn. But most importantly, the Legion mate is just counterblast 1, retire another one.
Yeah. It's just like it puts on pressure from that burn, and it just puts on pressure by being Kagero, and just keep swinging.
And if you run into counterblast, or you only have 1 left, you know who to call. The Doge.
The Doge.
Who is just Dragonic Overlord, but in Legion form. He can restand, but it's the exact same thing. Attack a rear guard, restand him, attack the
So what
Vanguard.
you're saying is Dragnute Novell.
Drag
Next
New
level
Novell.
shit.
That's why I hate.
Next
He
level
can attack
shit.
the rear guard. The rear. It doesn't even have to hit. It's just like I'm attacking a rear guard. It's like cool. I'm not guarding because fuck my life.
Perfect card, the rear guard. Get
And then it's like, okay, here are my 2 triggers. Oh, now I just have to counterblast 1, discard 2, and I've just gotten that boost, took out your unit, and I'm attacking you now. Of course, that's always never that threatening, but I don't know.
But it's a good finisher. Like you said, if you're even and you push them to 5 and you're still at like 4 or 5,
Yeah.
they're still behind. They're
So
always
drag
gonna be
roller
behind.
needed other than a cross ride to be more relevant.
Yeah, you need something
It's
like
something
that.
But that's the
else
thing.
to push.
If they ride Doge first, I'm just like not threatened at all. It's just like swing on that. Okay, yep, you hit a trigger. I guess I'm just gonna perfect guard when
Yeah.
it actually attacks my Vanguard.
Granted, an early Doge can put you at some advantage, but it's not that.
Like all the
much.
early Doge does is take out my rear guard.
He just needs a janitor's
because he's just like even if you put all the triggers on him, it's just like perfect guard, and it's like.
I would never put all the triggers on him in early game, but yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, I didn't say good people.
He's cool, and have you broken down and just said, fuck the new starters for Kagero?
You gotta do it, because I don't know why the Perdition starters are both so bad.
One of them's like,
The
put
Great
the soul,
Researcher, I think, is the best.
unhit, retire rear guard. The other one's what? That's something ridiculous, like for free.
Oh,
if
yeah.
You boost the Legion rear guard.
No, it's not even that. It's like when he boosts and he attacks, you put him in the soul, and you give another card. If it hits, retire. Which...
That's the first one. We just did. There's another one, though.
I'm sorry. The other one's like... Let me pull it out. I haven't...
We just had
stacked them in here.
That's I threw it across the room. That
They're
fucking
both bad, so you don't have to, you can skip over this next 8 seconds. But there's one that's called Perdition Dragon Tinder Spear Draco Kid, whose counterblast 1 when an attack hits a Vanguard that this unit boosted and it's in Legion. Retire all the rear guards in the same column as this unit. The problem with that is, if he's boosting your Vanguard, that's only 1.
Right.
And if he's in the right side, he's not going to hit.
Right, exactly. Versus Red Pulse Draco Kid, you don't get that Doge or that Dragnute that you didn't draw earlier.
Which is riding using Doge as the finisher, riding Dragnute first, and it's just like...
I always want to ride Dragon first. He's too
Yeah,
good.
but some people ride Doge first, and it's just like, you've lost this battle.
You know, there's 2 other Legions that I'm not running any parts of them, but the mate for just the all-rare Legion, he's like, when something gets retired in the same row, he gains 5k. So he can swing for 19k on his own. He's not too bad.
The laser one isn't too bad either. I mean, I think it's counterblast 1 or 2.
What?
Yeah, you have
Retire everything in the same room.
Yeah, just like retire everything, and then it gains 3k when it attacks.
And if it has one of those like stacking like retire powers behind it, it can be good. I want a space for it in the deck right now.
I mean, if you're gonna go budget, I mean, it's a pretty good.
It's pretty because I was.
I mean, it's much better than trying to go budget Royal Paladin and run Purgation Breath. I'm just saying.
Because I was using like 4 of each mate, and then there's a rare that's like, where'd he go? He's like.
Budget Royal Paladin's Alfred Wingle.
When you so there's a grade
Only.
2.
That's budget as fuck.
There's a grade 2 that's just a rare.
That's all the broke bitches.
There's a
Well,
grade
they
2
should not try.
that's just a rare. When your Vanguard's Legion, choose one of your opponent's rear guards
They should
in the
fuck.
same column.
You do what you're doing. We're talking.
I know, but you're talking so loud.
Whoa.
I'm
what?
whispering, you fat fuck. Oh my god, you're gonna
Whoa,
get me for this?
we're all fat.
That is our word.
I believe I described in episode 1 of Stand Up the Podcast that I am an Adonis in human form.
Jay, play a clip of that.
No, I'm not gonna. That's work. Fuck
That's
you. Fuck you. If you want proof, go back and listen. He's a liar.
Oh.
I believe I have long Fabio-like hair, and I'm actually just sitting in a bay of bitches.
You want to get
I
in
don't
the
know
face
why-
with a goose, motherfucker? That's what Fabio paid for his hubris.
Remember that Fabio commercial that came up a few years ago?
I cannot believe it's not Bada.
No, the one where he's just like rowing in that canoe, or they're in the gondola. He goes through the bridge, and then suddenly you see him in his current form, and he's like 80. And
Pause. Pause. Fuck Vanguard. So a gondola's a boat, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gazebo is the thing in your backyard.
Yes.
But there's
Right.
also... Isn't a gondola like an awning or a fixture, or is it a pergola?
I think it's a pergola because a gondola is just that Italian like.
It's just the boat.
It's
There's
just-
no fixture.
it's
named
Italian-
gondola.
I guess
Canal boat.
the pergola would be like a covering like the boat is. It's just like...
Let me check. Let's Google.
Um,
Everybody else, play along.
I guess...
Google gondola.
I guess I'll throw some Vanguard knowledge
A
on why he's
pergola,
doing that.
an arbor, or an arbor is a garden feature forming a shaded walkway or passageway, Jay.
But see, the best Kagero starter, I think, is one that's Counterblast 1, loop up my butthole, and then Kai fucks me. Because clearly, that's what we're trying to get out of this deck. We want Kai Senpai to notice us and give us all his Kagero love.
See, the thing about the deck is it's really, really good, but the only reason it's expensive is because it's Kagero. Like, if it was the exact same cards, the exact same effects,
Yeah.
but it was Narukami, which we basically got last set, it was called Brawlers, it's not where it would be worth anything.
Oh, yeah. So apparently, some fuck
Ooh.
online
You're about to get
was
fucked.
fucking. He posted.
Oh,
a thing-
pause the rage. So,
How can I stop raging?
just pause. Ready to follow up.
Well, come back.
Press it like an adult. So Kagero, grade 3 starter. It's a good deck and it's an expensive deck. Hold on to the doges because even when the cross comes out, it still remains relevant.
You know, hold on.
Relevant.
If you have it, I would just hold on to the whole thing because
It's dragging it good.
Because Kai won't love you if you don't hold on to it all.
Exactly. So anyways, reveal the rage. If I may purgate the rage, a week or 2 ago, a Bushiroad quote-unquote official ruling came out about...
Well, yeah, basically the guy, you know how we all do, we message Bushi, like, Bushi, can we do this? He said, with the Brawlers, I don't know, this got around, I don't know who all it affected me, I cried heavily.
I was there.
And
And masturbated.
Tissue yourself.
I need to find where I put those cards I switched out. But basically,
Climax.
the whole thing about him was, you you attack, his effect, you hit 4 of the units. The grade 2s stay when a Big Bang Brawler attack hits, they gain 3. The true ruling
Air quotes.
is you get 3,000 for each hit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hit 4 units, they're getting 12,000 boost.
That thing was getting nutty.
But then somebody photoshopped a Bushiroad letter that said, yeah, it doesn't work like that. They only get the 3,000 boost. They don't get the 12.
And then
for each
Bushiroad
hit.
came back out and was clarifying, and it was like, no, we made the deck like that because that sounds fucking awesome. We like cool dragons.
Which I really hate it because I run the Lightning Helen, which is like every time you hit, you can discard draw. So when I hit 4 attacks, it's just like I'm going to dig for more brawlers, or I'm going to fill my grave to re-legion, or I'm just going to seek out a perfect guard, or more guarding, or get rid of something, whatever I need at the time.
Like, it was the fact that it hit 4 was kind of it's like a good attack, but it was a core concept to a lot of the way you and I both built the engine in that deck was like, this card got big because I hit 4, this card got big because I hit 4, and
it's
then
like,
I draw as much as I
it's
want.
basically like you use the grade 2s and you use the grade 1 that every time a rear guard goes to drop, they gain 3,000. So it's like, 4 attacks hit, I gain 12. 3 attacks just hit, or 3 of the rear guards went to grave, I gained 9. So there's 21 right there for like perfect thing, and everything else
21
is
on top of like the 16, so it was like a 38 rear card.
So it was,
which leads into a segment we want to add to the show, where if you guys have questions or comments or rulings, we don't get sticky, we're going to start emailing Bushiroad on a regular basis. So if you guys have any rulings you'd like to hear and you're too lazy to edit them yourself, or you think there's a good ruling that we should just read on the show, email us at vanguardvlogs@gmail.com.
Or on the Facebook page.
Vanguard Vlogs does have a Facebook, or you can comment below. And if your comment's dumb, we're going to talk shit about you.
Starting with, I'm not going to pull up his username or call him out like very personally or anything.
No, but
you can read the comment below.
No, it was just a misunderstanding that somehow a ruling got out that if you sought the mate with Legion, putting 4 back in the date, you didn't have to search the mate. That's not true.
It's absolutely not true because part of Legioning is having the mate to target. If you don't have a copy in the deck, you can't target it and you can't perform Legion. So who the fuck thought that would work?
Well, so here's like a brief rundown on Legion. I guess here's what the cost is. Legioning is searching your deck for the mate and then performing Legion on Vanguard. You have a combined Legion attack with your 2 Vanguards. So there's multiple ways to do this. Thingsaver Legions with its ability of Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 2, ride a Thingsaver from the deck, and Legion with the Blaster Blade from the Soul. That's a way to perform Legion. Get 2 cards next to each other that can attack together. The other way to do that is to take 4 cards from your drop, put it into your deck, seek the mate, and put it with your Legion. So you're not just putting 4 cards back because you feel like it and maybe Legioning. You're not just Legioning and maybe putting 4 cards back. To activate Legion as a global effect, you have to pay the 4 and then seek the mate.
If I can relate this, I mean, the thing is, returning 4... People read this very weird. They read it as, oh, you could return 4 in Legion, or I could not return 4 in Legion.
It's because of the commas in the translation. It's like,
I mean, but basically what it comes down to is, it's like, the option is to Legion or not to Legion. The cost of Legioning is sending 4 back and seeking the mate. It would be the same if you're running a grade 3 searcher. It would be like, I'm choosing to Counterblast 1 and not move it in the soul and search a grade 3. Or being like, I'm going to Counterblast 1 and not use its effect. Yeah. It's like, you just paid the cost. You have to use the effect. It's not like I can Counterblast to use the effect. It's like, if I so choose at this time, because it's an act ability, I can Counterblast 1 and use its effect.
And to compare, Buddy Fight has mechanics where it's like...
You can skip over this.
I can... Fuck you. It's like, I can pay this cost and not necessarily do this effect. Like, some of the Japanese Dragon Knights have that, where you can like pay a cost to get something into the drop, but not necessarily activate the effect. And that's just the way the cards are worded. But Vanguard has such a weak point.
And really, like the thing is like we haven't emailed Bushy on this directly, but you read the Legion information, and if you want a precedent, Sanctuary of the Gold Paladin Alfred.
Yeah.
So he was phrased, you may, and you could stack triggers. That shit lasted for about a week, and then Bushiroad dropped down the hammer. Vanguard isn't the kind of game where it throws the maze around. It's very
clear,
mechanical. This does this.
It's not quote unquote one of those things. That's just.
It's just that's Vanguard.
Vanguard's not one of those games that has weird rulings. Yu-Gi-Oh has weird rulings as fuck.
Especially with timing.
This will work with this, but if this won't work with this. And they'll be worded exactly the same, but it's just like, no, the way it's ruled, it's not going to do it.
What? Less than an hour.
What are we on time? Oh, no, I just wanted an idea. I can't see.
You just want an idea.
But yeah, so anyway, we're going to start emailing it, so get those questions into us.
It's good for audience interaction.
Seriously, where are we on time? I'm just fucking curious.
Oh, we're just under now, like 55 minutes.
So
shit,
really? We're totally good.
Oh my god.
We had a lot of stuff.
We're like perfect, though, because we don't have a ton else to talk about.
Nah.
Fuck you. I got it.
So we'll finish up with Vanguard, and then we'll move on to the rest of the stuff and just kind of lean over that.
I guess.
If you guys want more content on the other stuff, just let us know. We could talk about... I can talk about Buddy Fight for fucking ever.
I can talk about ways.
Yeah, we just get Wire Sports train running. Fucking shoot you.
I can talk about how to take your lover on the perfect first date.
Ding! But the real big thing is this is
when
called...
are you going to start doing that?
Vanguard Vlog. It's Stand Up the Podcast. We're very Vanguard centric.
For a second.
You can go fuck in the corner. I'm working. So y'all can go fucking Cuddy Buddy.
Why is he a fuck tonight? That's my fucking question.
Well,
we crawled up your ass and died.
It wasn't you.
Definitely was not me.
So, Japan to American. I get pissed when Japan gets bans and rulings.
And they're like, hey, it happens here. No,
yeah, it's what happens in Japan stays in Japan. And speaking of that, they're looking at Thingsaver and the Cross. And is this really just like a Cold War? Kind of like...
It's kind of like, hey, if you stop playing it, we won't hit it. If you keep at it, fuck you.
It's because Japan is really concerned. I think it's honestly an image thing. Like, they get really concerned when we kind of make fun of them for like, hey, look at that, everybody's playing fucking Shadow Paladins. That's
I don't know. That's
you guys are all gay.
That's one thing I can give about Bushi. Konami, for Yu-Gi-Oh! Would just be like, fuck you all, ban this shit. You know what? Eat a dick.
Stratos?
Bushiroad at least goes, hey, come on, we're trying to have a balanced game here, guys. Cut it out.
But my thing is, and if Bushi made a more balanced game, like, it's not always like play this or win, but there's certain clans that just get fucking... Like, Link Joker gets so much support. And Paladin of the Month gets so much support.
And
Kagero gets so much support.
I don't think that's what makes the game, like, unbalanced. I think it's just some clans don't get enough.
Exactly. Well, like, the Cross is really good, but there's 10 clans that don't get anything near the level of what the Cross does.
That's true.
Not even close. Not even a good fucking Legion.
Yeah.
Dark Irregulars, so look at you.
I mean, they have the best card out of the Fighters collection, so I guess there's some kind of balance there. But right now, Dark Irregulars...
Echo Nemesis is a pretty threatening bitch.
Echo Nemesis is a great card.
Because he does it continually, whereas Great Daikai, you get one, maybe two big turns.
And that's all I need.
I was saying, like... I just feel like if they showed more love, or just completely dropped shit off, so we like had to move on.
Yeah.
Like, where's the Dark Irregular 2.0? You know what I mean? Where's the Dark Normals?
But I mean, it also comes down to
the Dark Regulars.
I mean, the thing is, it's like those are the niche clans that the hipsters kind of hug on to.
Like Granblue.
I mean, hey, I love them. They're cool. But I'm not sitting here going, best girl. I'm like, if we're going to get serious, I'm going to pull something out that's going to win.
It's definitely Chie.
Right, but it's not... It's just certain clans, like... Besides what the clan does, they just have one really good boss monster that's just like, fuck you!
It's just Caillou's Kagero. Kagero sells, sex sells, so Kagero gets sexy shit.
It's true. He's not wrong.
I will say, as much as I was down on Generation Stride coming out, they seem to be, even though the Cross is like top of the shit right now, the new stuff, like the Great Nature Sport looks really good.
Oh, very promising.
Very awesome.
The Aqua Force, although it seems OP at a surface level, the more stuff they reveal for that, looks like there's some cool stuff to do.
It looks different is what I really appreciate about it. More than that, I'm never going to play it, but at the very least it's like the non-retire... Because like, I didn't realize
you could just respect it.
Razer has a card that's like, if he's in the front row and you have another Razer in the back row, he can't be retired. Like, these are, like, they're doing stuff. They're trying to make the game cool, and it could get out of hand really fast, but it hasn't yet.
Yeah.
You give them credit for that.
I mean, that's why I say the G1 and G2, like, everything's been fairly solid. Like, nothing's just, like sticking out there like Thingsaver was, or it's just like...
Yeah.
I mean, arguably Cross is, but...
arguably. But it's just like, everything is so good as well. And
what did they ban? Didn't they actually ban some shit?
Oh, they totally did. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, look it up, because I completely forget.
What they said officially was that Thingsaver and the Cross are under surveillance, and what that will probably be.
They put Commander Laurel to 1.
That's what it was.
And they put Calamity to 2.
Yeah. That's what it was.
He's the Soul Blast 2 draw one for Kagero,
Yeah.
Which, Soul Blast 2 draw one, I feel like is going to be a staple card just because you're legioning multiple times. And that's pretty much, if you've legion, draw a card.
Yeah. So, but...
Blackbird clone.
But they put
Who
this...
remembers that fucking card shit?
I do. I was there.
I know.
They put those cards under surveillance because lots of people in Japan play them. What it will probably mean is that the Cross, I could see getting hit to 2. Really, really easily.
I could see them not hitting the Cross so much as, like, the end.
No, because they said they would be the cross.
Yeah.
Because
They just flat out said it's these 2 cards.
Well, because you could limit the end, but then like that makes it totally dead because it's a multi-copy card.
Right.
But then like the cross, it's like it leads with the end. It's not really the same. But Thingsaver, because it's so reliant on its multiple copies, if they hit that to 2, it's completely.
They might as well just ban the card.
It's totally dead. So I could see them putting. They never put a card to 3. I think putting Thingsaver to 3 is fine. Because then you can't have a turn where you do it just like spam, spam, and then next turn I get another one. It's like I could spam it this turn, or I could wait.
Because even Raging Form, you had to sack 3, so you can only do it physically once.
Yeah, there's no way to make it work.
Even with the new support, because he was not a Phantom, like you can only do it like it. So Raging Form's been announced. Thingsaver doesn't have that.
But Thingsaver has like the specific situations where you can make it happen twice on one turn. It's like Thingsaver attack, write a new one. Thingsaver attack, write a new one. But if they put it to 3, then you could still do that, but you think about it more. It wouldn't be so spammable, and I think they should do that anyways, because Thingsaver's kind of obnoxious. Like, I love the deck. I like how it plays. I think he's a really pretty duck, but...
I mean, I personally don't struggle against the deck. I can see where, like, oh, fuck, 3 attacks in a turn is ridiculous. But then again, the Rebirth did the same shit. Mm-hmm. And he didn't need to call from the deck.
And he also was an Legion. He wasn't swinging for necessarily as much.
Well, yeah, because you'd break ride him, but still, yeah.
That was like 23 because of the.
I mean, but there's still like the element of the luck, because like if you damage check 2 Thingsavers, you're boned.
And that's why I think putting it to 3 would be still like it would be the best choice. It'd still be extreme because it's still gonna hurt that deck a lot. It's not gonna top anything for a while that raid because it's just like it's way harder to cycle it back in. Like you have to drop it for a perfect card in turn 2 if you get it. Like, it's
ridiculous. Rough. And then the Dimensional Robo.
Yeah, Commander Laurel. Okay, I'm in. Okay.
So what happened
to the universe?
Laurel?
They put him to 1 because I don't know if I said this earlier in the podcast, like episode 1, but I just remember thinking, oh my god, striding, D-Police. I was just thinking like for the generic harmonic.
We did bring it up.
And I'm just like, D-Police always have a lot of grade 3s, pitch it, stride. It gets the same name. And then I'm like, oh my god, Commander Laurel restanding that. Apparently people figured out about this.
Lost art of keeping it
well,
secret.
like, so, correct me if I'm wrong, Laurel's the only rear guard that restands a Vanguard with effect.
Cat
condition. True, Cat Butler does.
But those are the only 2 that do something like that in that extreme of a way.
But see, the thing is, Cat Butler restands a grade 2.
So it works with Legion.
Laurel just stands a Vanguard.
A Dimension Police Vanguard.
Which anything that strides counts as that.
So
no, like when he was conceived, Stride wasn't even a twinkle in Bushi's ball.
No, this was BT4 when Laurel came out.
And he was shit.
Your most scariest shit was, hey, maybe Dayusha has a little extra on him and we can make him swing again. And clearly that's just gone bonkers.
It was really just hand advantage most of the time. I was like, an extra drive check. Yeah.
I don't know why I picture like Dayusha's there, he attacks and he hits and he goes, oh my god, I hit Laurel, did you see it? He goes, he throws him a sombrero, he puts it and he goes, go back at it, son!
Dude. Or he just like looks up and he's like,
dude, people are already writing like fan fiction of Commander Laurel dying because
god!
Like it's just like he twirled his baton letting the new generation take over and it's just like damn,
that is so fucking sad. So
like, cry.
He befriends the fucking Vietnamese kid down the street and then goes get shot up in front of the gang's house. It's a Gran Torino reference for anybody with phones.
Whoa, spoiler! People may have not seen that movie yet.
It's not really for kids either.
Well, kids, but I'm just saying, 99th Commander of the Dimensional Great Police Die Earth, we figured out that they are sentient beings.
Yes.
They are Transformers, essentially.
And the way to tell that is you go to Go Yusha's wiki page. It talks about pretty much every Dayusha starts as Go Yusha, and as he gets more powerful, he becomes Dayusha.
And then, funny story, the Metalborgs are actually all like construction worker things. They talk about them having a normal form and a battle form.
So like fucking Robot Masters from Mega Man.
They're all like they're pretty much all Constructicons. And pretty much what they're pissed at Dimension Police or Dimensional Robos because they spend the time building the roads and the buildings, and these guys just come in and break it. So they're pissed off because we're like, dude, we just built this highway, and you just came in and just like robot stomp, kill it all.
It's like in Pacific Rim where he steps over the freeway and the monster checks him into a building.
Yeah. They're like pissed about that.
That's kind of
cool. So yeah, what's scary then is if they're sending beans, Die Earth is the size of the planet. He is literally standing on Earth.
So he's called 99th Commander?
Yeah.
What if Laurel dies. He's just like, bro! And he shows up from, like, deep space.
In theory, this is like, in theory, the first commander was Go Eagle, I believe. So this is like hundreds and hundreds of years in the future, which,
Laurel dies. Choked on a bacon bit.
Oh, we're still old age, guys. Why are you...
He got a fucking leafy stem.
Commander Laurel is just Commissioner Gordon. Let's just go with it.
Oh my god, I want to see a movie where fucking... What's his that guy, actor's name?
Who?
The guy who plays Jim Gordon in the new...
I don't know shit.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
I mean, I know the guy.
Like, comment, subscribe, Jim Gordon. Anyway, Volts 1, I don't think it hurts D-Police. I think it makes players play better Vanguard.
Because with him being at 4, I may have been... Is there a way to search for him at all?
No, but no one runs more than 2.
No, they run 3.
No, people in
They
Japan
don't run
3.
more than 3.
I ran 1, and then I bumped it up to 2, and then I dropped D-Police because I'm not...
And
Now, well, as time went on, it got more and more better to do that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, Great Tachikaze runs 3, because, like, I'm going to swing at a rear guard. I'm, like, already, like, 13-ish. You're going to have to guard with, like, 10k just to get a 1 to pack. And then if I hit, I'm restanding, and I'm much bigger. It's like...
Commander Laurel, like, I think putting him to 1 was good for the game.
Or errata him.
The issue is...
What are you going to change?
Putting him at 1 just makes it
That's
more... it makes it more sacky turns. It's just like, did I get Commander Laurel? Okay, sack turn it is.
If they wanted to errata Commander Laurel, like, when your Dimension Police Vanguard with Twin Drive hits...
Have they ever put, like, Twin Drive? Well, I know they put, like, your Vanguard loses Twin Drive, but I don't think...
That's the way I can see them keeping to the true spirit of...
Why don't they just say Grade 3?
Okay, Strike
So
3
it's
or 4.
Grade 4,
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that Grade 3 would work too. So
Yeah.
that would be...
If they want to do that, but they're not big on errating cards, like, unless there's, like, a mistake. So I think putting them...
They're like,
But again, though, when Laurel was conceived...
This wasn't the thing.
But it's not like it's because it's a mistake. It's just because the game has changed around it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why he's going to 1 instead of being erratic, because erratic means, oh, he fucked up. This is like, no, the game has evolved to a point where he doesn't need to be doing
Well, you
this.
don't always errata mistakes. You also errata because of the evolution of the game, too. Like, it's not like it's too...
But then Yu-Gi-Oh does that all the time, and the game, it's like, way too convoluted
But
now.
with one
Yu-Gi-Oh just started doing that with the ban cards. They're like, we're going to bring ban cards back, but we're going to errata them.
Dark
Like,
Strike Fighter.
Chaos Ember Dragon came back, and what its effect is his is the only effect that can be used that turn. So you cannot use any other effect but his.
Like, what a terrible card.
So anyway, before we get into that shit, yeah.
Wait, are we getting to that shit? Are we going to go into
We're
the
talking too much Yu-Gi-Oh, motherfuckers. I stopped listening. I glazed over. I was like,
I know.
oh god, I'm on the show. I don't care.
Die Earth is great.
He's cool. Get them sleeves.
I don't want Laurel to go into 1. I don't think he'll go to 1 over in English, so I can be fuckboy level and just be like, yes, we're getting that
I
extra
support
booster.
that kind of play, though. I think that would be smart. I mean, they're getting their Loon Break enabler.
Fuck them. I want D-Police to have some. They've always been, that little sacky deck. I want them to fear it. I want them to see Commander Laurel hit that board, and I want them to shit themselves.
It's that like, that old general line, it's like, would you rather be feared or respected?
I want to be the Kagero guy.
It's Machiavelli, which you have to be loved
Yeah,
and
that's
feared.
right.
Yeah, I want to be the X standing there. I want to be the thing saver that turn, being like, "Oh shit, here it
But the
comes."
4K grade 1 in the back, like, do it again! I'm gonna... This nacho fuel report, I'm just...
You want the 99th commander to have all their heads in his hand and just crush them, punch the earth and fly away, and you're on his shoulder, it's like,
Yeah! You know, it'd be trolly as fuck though if they did Commander to Laurel 1 and they did the 99th Commander, and it's the exact same thing almost, but it's Stride only.
I'm telling you, these Laurel's, like, big brother, like, bro, you're dead, I love you.
No, it's gonna be like his great infinite, like, grandpa.
Or like his brain downloaded a computer.
ah!
Destroy bacon bits. Because he choked on. That's bringing it back.
That's too canon.
Thank you. It's welcome. So, yeah, Vanguard, good stuff. I like what the Japanese are doing. I wish the English shit would do anything. Like,
Yeah.
the only thing I can remember is, like, Tsukiyomi. The grade 3 was at 1.
They don't.
And the Descendant was at 2.
They don't do anything until.
And Bartgold's back.
They don't do anything until their events roll around.
I know, which is hopefully in the Spring Fest.
So I guess.
We're getting the Spring Festival.
Which is
And then I hopefully it's not just like, well, here's like 20 things we're changing. And it's like, we could have known about this like in March when we bought all those D-Police extra boosters.
I think by the time G rolls around, if they're gonna do a lot of stuff, they'll say it around that time to make sure people are ready for the Spring Festival.
And then ARG's coming to our town.
Whoop whoop!
But we can't let them know where we live.
Podunk, Alaska.
No, Louisville, Kentucky on February 21st. We live in
Fuck
Kentucky.
Egypt.
So, yeah, we're excited for that. We'll probably... I don't think we'll cast at ARG, but I think a post-ARG cast needs to happen.
I mean, we could do it.
Like right after I get the championship.
Can we get Robbie Cole in there?
Vanguard Vlogs has nothing but nice things to say about Robbie Cole. He is a guy who does things. Fuck gadgets.
There's one more thing really quickly, because you mentioned Tsukiyomi. What deck Shrek the tournament in Japan this week, Andrew? Tsukiyomi Stride. The shit nobody saw coming. It was Tsukiyomi with some Susanoo cards.
Okay. This was crazy. I saved the picture. I don't think I have enough time to pull it up. But basically, it was a 140-person tournament. I believe it was a team event, though.
It might have been.
Because it was like, this is the first place team. But it was like, here are the Oracle Think Tank decks. 8 of them were the Stride, or the what do we call those things now? The grade 3s that you can
stride over? I don't know.
See, like, I don't know. It's not just like Tsukiyomi with the Stride. We're running that grade 3 that you...
Susanoo.
Yeah, that's Susanoo. And Coco. 8 decks were Susanoo and Coco. Wow. And I'm like, that's a thing?
But then this brings it around to what I always loved about Stride, is that it has the potential to make anything relevant.
But it's like, how many fucktards got in a building and came up with that idea? It's just like
11.
And then there was 4 that were Tsukiyomi and that, and then there was one that was like just Susanoo, and it was just like overall there was like 14 or something Oracle Think Tanks.
It was a good spread of that tournament.
But the majority was Coco. Like what?
I don't know.
I'm very confused. We have like fucking 40 Cocos at the shop. Like,
going up $60 a piece, kids.
I'm just like,
get them while they're hot.
I'm like, God, Coco's hot though. So I mean, I wouldn't be up.
But yeah, so thanks again for joining us for episode 4. And again, that is Gmail, VanguardVlogs@gmail.com. You can message us on YouTube if you can figure out how to do that.
Nobody knows.
Leave a comment for an indirect response. We usually get to them pretty quick.
Yeah.
Or if you have the Facebook, the Book of Faces, just send us a message on there or right on the wall.
Or if you're friends with Tom, just MySpace us.
Yeah, Tom.
You have to be friends with
You're
Tom.
my boy, Tom. You're my boy.
He's drunk.
That's the new name of the episode.
R.I.P. Tom.
Yeah. You're my boy, Tom.
You're my boy, Tom.
My boy.
Are we talking about Silent Tom?
Oh, that could be better.
Catch you later.